celebration of life. Get your daily balances, Kim Jacobs comes your way. We're here to open your eyes, making your day great and your life even better. Say, oh, daily balance, get your daily balance. Daily balance, get your daily balance with Kim.
Hello, welcome to Daily Balance. Thanks so much for being with us today. Today on Daily Balance, we're joined by some incredibly talented writers. I know you're going to enjoy meeting each and every one of them. Later in the program, Pat Schultz will be here. She's the author of the book, Making Sweet Lemonade, an intimate and powerful story of a young child's courage to rise above the pain and the circumstances of her life. It's truly an amazing story. But my first guests are two ladies who publish Above Ruby's e-magazine. Please welcome Carenda Lynch and Tarsha Jefferson. Hey, ladies. Glad to have you. Very glad to have you. And y'all, every time I see you all on the cover of your magazines and different things, y'all are like some spiffy ladies.
Thank you, but it's hard work.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
It don't look like it's too hard. Y'all look mighty beautiful all the time.
Thank you, Kim.
Cool.
Thank
I'm so
you.
glad to have you all here on Daily
Thank
Balance.
you. We're glad to be here.
Very glad. Y'all are doing some great things. How did your e-magazine get started?
Well, the magazine has been launched just over a year now.
Okay.
And we do have a unique story about how we came together.
Oh,
and so Tasha can kind of tell you more about that.
You tell your version.
Yes. I have this demonstration that I always give when someone always asks us. Carenda had always had her own passion to encourage women, and I had a passion to encourage pastors' wives. So one day we were talking, and I use it as an orchestra. She had her composed music, and I had my composed music. And when the conductor raised his baton, we just made beautiful music together when our dreams came together. So our song was Above Ruby's Magazine. So
I
that's
love
how
the
it
title,
came.
Above Ruby's Magazine. That's incredible.
I love it.
And so now people can get Above Ruby's Magazine. It's an e-magazine.
It's an
So
e-magazine.
it's really great. It's even better.
Yeah, it's an e-magazine, and it was very strategic on how we went about doing that.
Okay.
When the magazine first launched, it was hard copied.
Yes.
And we then took a look at the convenience factor for the market that we are reaching. The women that we go after, they're women who wear many hats.
Yes.
They're wives, they're mothers, they are in corporate America, they are involved in church or community activities.
Yes.
So convenience is very important to them.
Very. I'm that woman that you're describing right now.
Exactly. So convenience is very important.
I have truly been fascinated by the riveting personal accounts that our next guest shares about her life. It's a story of hope, but also it's a story of healing. Please help me welcome the author of Making Sweet Lemonade, Pat Schultz. Hey, Pat.
Hey.
So glad to have you on the show.
I'm really glad to be here. I'm excited.
I read that book, Making Sweet Lemonade. I thought it was going to be all flowery and sweet. I was like, oh no, this book changed my life. Why that title?
But it represents the eternal optimism that one would have to persevere, to seek resilience, and seek the very best in life despite their circumstances.
Oh,
so
literally.
that's always been my goal, to reach my potential and to just acquire the very best in life despite any circumstances.
Oh, I'm so amazed just seeing you sitting here as this wonderful, powerful woman and where you've come from. Tell us about your childhood.
It was one that had a lot of change, instability. But I was a resilient child and very protected. And the thing about it is I think children are just amazing in that they can be taken in and out of so many different circumstances, but they adapt.
Right.
And children are more able to adapt than adults are. So the stories that you read within Making Sweet Lemonade, they were just everyday life for me. And that's what happens in children who are born into these types of circumstances. They become their norm.
Right.
And until you see something different, you don't realize that this isn't necessarily the norm.
That's I mean, this is. I mean, it blew my mind. I'm speechless because I read this book and like here in My Shawshank, this is a chapter where you're describing one just horrible part of your childhood. And I won't say the person's name, but you're talking about how the person had been drinking and then how he ended up, you said, and I thought he was going to pat me on the behind. That was something Mama would do a lot. But something different happened. He put his hands to a place where that Mom had never touched. When I began pulling back, he pressed me against him and put his mouth to mine and then tried to thrust his tongue into my mouth. And it goes on and on and on with more vivid thoughts. And even the description of how you tried to share with your mom as you walked up and down the block and she interrogated you about what had happened. And then it skips over because this is just an amazing part. You go to court because your mom did believe you. It sounded like she believed you. Is that accurate?
Yes.
But then you get to court, and I skipped through some pages, and on page 58 it says, "We were called into court. I was hoping the judge could see her fingerprint on my face and order me into safe custody." Whose fingerprint was this? Your mom's? From telling you to tell a lie.
After I questioned her, like, why? Why would you have me say no when we've gone this